The goal of perfection achieved. The God principle that manifests in the world around us is represented as the Creator, Lord Brahmaji, the Maintainer, Lord Vishnu, and the Annihilator, Lord Shiva, to facilitate our grasp of these powers. To create anything, we must have knowledge of the thing we want to make. Hence, the creator must know what he is to create. Lord Brahmaji is married to Saraswati, the goddess of learning and knowledge. In order to maintain, we must have the capacity to maintain. Thus, we have Mother Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and plenty, as the consort of Lord Vishnu. Similarly, Lord Shiva cannot carry on the function of annihilation unless there is a field of finite destructible objects. Without the phenomenal world, there cannot be the manifestation of Rudra might. So Lord Shiva is supported by his devoted partner, Goddess Uma the Prakriti. In Satguru Sri Dattare, we have the synthesis of all three lords, and in Goddess Durga, we have the representation of a total synthesis of the three divine consorts. So whatever plurality is seen among the gods, there is but one God principle. All have to work as a team to work together and manifest. The God principle alone exists. The plurality is an appearance, a false understanding, a delusion. The reflection of truth in pure Sattva Maya is the God principle. The dim reflection of same truth in impure Maya is the individual ego center. The medium of reflection producing the Jiva dream is like a cup of cow dung reflecting the sun. The reflection of the sun in the cow dung cannot be as pure and clear as the reflection would be in a cup of crystal clear, steady water. Tamas produces the mental agitation, vikshepa, and the veiling of the truth, avarna. These two powers are not fully independent, each depends upon the other. The vikshepa creates the veiling and the avarna creates the agitations. The veiling power of the tamas in us expresses as three negativities such as A. Don't know, B. Can't understand, C. Not experienced. These can be removed by three main Vedanta practices. A. The listening or Shravana, B. The reflection or Manana, C. The meditation or Nididhyasana. The first negativity, don't know, doesn't let us know that there is a God principle supporting the plurality from within. This can be removed by the masters or the scriptures. After this, a subtler negativity comes to play. I can't understand. This is overcome by intellectual analysis and reasoning when we start feeling that behind the world of plurality, there is a thread of unity. The third negativity shows up as not experienced and not a practical fact. Vedanta prescribes meditation to overcome this, a process of inner discipline. You develop the art of keeping the mind at one and chosen line of thinking to the exclusion of all other thoughts. This culminates in bringing the mind to a complete stillness. This is a state of complete awareness. Unlike sleep, where there is no awareness, the state is called Savikalp Samadhi, where all traces of veiling drop off and one experiences transcendental bliss and knowledge.